Hi guys, welcome back again to yet another episode of Health Focus. My name is Amy. This has been the World Quality Week, the past week that we celebrated, and now we can't just wrap it up until we just exhaust everything concerning quality. Most of us are concentrating on the urban centers in relation to quality, but our colleague has gone back to the rural areas to ensure that all the systems of healthcare are strengthened with a focus of healthcare. And why not get to hear her story? You are all welcome. Again, another question I like asking, have you joined the family of Health Focus? And if not, why? You are all welcome, and let's enjoy. She's a nurse. She has wide experience on healthcare management. She has an experience on insurance perspective. Welcome, Fenny.
Thank you so much, Amy, for such an amazing introduction. You make me feel very special and like I'm doing something, in my own special way in the rural setup. Fenny is a nurse by profession. Well, with over 12 or 13 years experience in the healthcare systems. I've worked in my younger years, I worked as a bedside nurse in various hospitals in Nairobi. Then I got a chance to work in the insurance industry, and they threw me in the fields here, Mashinani, where I worked as a care manager for like 5.5 years. During the times I worked as a care manager, I saw the gaps in Mashinani. So when my contract with my employer came to an end, I said, why not? Why not pick on this gap? There was a big gap on quality in Mashinani. Yeah, and that is what I've been doing for the past 3 years.
That's quite a journey. In a nutshell, where did you go to school, and how did you get yourself into nursing?
Where did I go to school in terms of primary or high school?
Just a journey, just in a minute, you are high schooling and then to college. How did your running from the formative years shape you into nursing? Okay.
I grew up in the village of Siaya County, and my primary school was in I went to a boarding school called Sega Girls Primary School in Siaya County. Then I did well enough to get a chance at the Kenya High School. And during that time, I wouldn't say during my younger years, I really knew what I wanted. I was just going to school like any other kid just to get education. Towards the end of my fourth form, I was very good in math. I thought, now that it's time to get outside there, what do I really want? And being good in math, I thought, the best way forward is do something maybe in accounting. But as they say, it was only history. I found myself in a nursing school at the University of Nairobi, Chirongo. Yeah, I really didn't have something to guide me into nursing. I found myself in nursing and I grew to love it.
Wow. So when you find yourself in nursing there at Nairobi University, did you finally love it, or you felt like, oh, I think I can do something different?
Of course, at that time, there's always mixed reaction, and I also got the mixed reaction. People thought, you should be doing medicine, you should be doing this, But as we progressed towards the course, I got some interest, I felt part of nursing and I felt, wow, this is a good course to do.
Wow, tell us your life after finishing nursing, and then you are on internship and then transitioning to working. How was your experience in relation to the health system?
Well, I loved my internship because it actually opened my mind to what people are actually going out through in terms of healthcare. my internship was also done in mashinani, and I realized there were a lot of gaps in terms of patient education, in terms of, people just getting that healthcare that they need. After my internship, it was time to now look what next. Yes, now I came out of mashinani and came back to Nairobi to look for greener pastures, and greener it was because I was lucky to land in one of the high-end hospitals where I did my bedside nursing. And it was at that point, probably I really didn't know what quality healthcare was. I was just doing it because, I got to pay my bills. I have to work. I went to nursing school, Then in the process, I got to interact with the care managers that were coming to see their patients. And I said, no, I think this is what I want. And that's how I landed into case management in the insurance industry.
So to a layman who is doing nursing but has no idea there is something like care management, what does care management entail?
Care management is basically coordination of care of patients that are, that are covered within the insurance. Okay, care management in an insurance industry is basically care coordination. One, you have to know your patients, what are they going through, on board hospitals, do some vetting on the hospitals that you're onboarding, visit the clients that you have in the hospitals, vet their bills, because a lot of fraud is happening outside here, and having an insurance, it's normally people take it as a gateway, to getting more money from the client because it's not paid out of pocket. So as a care manager, it's your role to actually ensure that patients get into the right hospital and they actually get the right kind of treatment when in the hospital, and the treatment is actually built the right way.
That's like, in a summary, you coordinate the patient from admission or even outpatient until discharge, vetting that every single care is given as per the contracted terms and per the quality specified by the organization. Okay, so this time you're working in the rural area as a care manager, and how did the passion of doing quality come in?
Having worked in the rural area, I did a lot of referrals because the region that I was in, we have no hospitals. Okay, we had no specialized hospitals. So most of the time, in fact, 90% of my clients I was referring to other counties. Mm-hmm. And I felt, there's a big gap in my county, to bridge the gap. Most of the hospitals were being run without proper structures, without quality management systems. So I said, yes, so there's a big gap that I can come in and fill, and to make sure that, people get the right kind of care. And even me being in mashinani, the first place that I learned, and learned into, or even my parents, is the hospital next door. So if you're not trying to solve these issues around quality, who will? Oh. And it's me or my mother or my brother who will get affected, with poor quality care. That has actually been my drive.
So what did you put in place as you yourself to equip yourself to be able to support these small organizations?
I can say it was a journey. I haven't specialized per se, like going to, masters in quality management or something of the sort, but it was self-drive, and I got people who actually held my hand, who actually hold my hand to date, in terms of quality. So it's more of self-drive for me. I know people have, had, they've gone to specialize, which is okay. But for me, it was more of self-drive. And I came to realize that this is what I really want to know. Quality joined the dots. Why? I went to the urban areas to do my bedside nursing, where I got to interact with JCIA and Safe Care. Then coming to mashinani to do, case management was also a driver because I realized there were gaps in the system. Then now,
Wow.
having found somebody who has been holding my hand makes me see sense in terms of quality. I do a lot of reading. I do a lot of interacting with people with the same mindset as I. Yeah.
Wow, awesome. So in a nutshell, now having to understand the rural perspective, most people might not be understanding how it looks like. Tell us how your day looks like in support of the rural organizations in terms of quality.
Thank you. It entails me giving support, technical support to the hospitals, in the rural areas.
What are the challenges in the rural areas in relation to implementing quality in healthcare?
One is finances. People, finances.
Yes.
Before I get to finances, the biggest challenge is people getting to understand what do you mean by quality.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
People don't know. They believe that, I'm a good hospital, we give the care, then they go home. What are you telling us about quality? So people's mindsets have not yet, shifted towards quality.
Yes.
Probably because competition is less as per where you are. So there's this sense we are the only hospital in this region. Why should we, have these quality issues?
Yeah. I just wanted to know, sorry for interrupting you, does the population understand and demand quality services anyway?
Yes, the quality demands. I was working during my care management times. I was working with an empowered population and they knew what they really wanted. In fact, when you're telling them, I'm taking you to facility A in Homa Bay County, they would say, no, I know I can get better services in Kisumu or even Kisii County. So it depends with the kind of population you are dealing with. Then there's the other population that don't care. Bora wapate matibabu. For them, dealing with them is quite, yeah. But most of us, currently people are empowered. We have insurance companies all over. Everybody is, paying with one or the other insurance company. People are not paying out of pocket. So when they are paying, when it's covered, they want quality. As much as they really don't know what to define what quality healthcare is, they have a way they define it. They say, for example, I want somewhere where I go, I can be heard and, my symptoms I can be felt and heard. Yeah, even those who are not using cards, somehow they know what they want. And when they talk about it outside, I went to facility A and nobody really cared about my feelings. It's only now, the challenge is now they have no choice. That is the only hospital they have to go to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, and the only thing you'll keep on doing is referring to the urban centers.
And sometimes we are not. One thing that really saddens me, Amy, is currently healthcare is driven by numbers.
Yes. It is numbers and yes, it's when board meetings are held or leadership meetings are held, they ask how many patients did you see, not the quality of services that was offered.
Exactly.
How are you overcoming that in the rural areas?
Surprisingly, there are facilities who want to be, outstanding. So I choose to work with those who are willing to buy into my idea, those who are willing to change, the narrative of healthcare. Yeah, and most of the time, I take my time really to explain to them what value I'm bringing to your facility. So that even when you are concerned about the numbers that you want to come, they should come and get value from you too. And slowly by slowly, people are buying in. And surprisingly, I don't only work with facilities within my county. I've been to Garissa
Yes.
I've been to Meru. I have a project with the hospital in Meru. Kisumu, you know. So I choose to work with people who are seeing my value and are willing to change the narrative of healthcare.
The theme of quality this year, taking advantage of the competitive, using quality. Those facilities that are embracing quality are going to achieve more in the future than those that are focusing on numbers.
Yeah.
So apart from the finances in the rural areas, the rest of the things can be handled, right?
The rest of the things is basically making the staff change their mindset from which can be handled, as you said. Mindset.
Yeah. Yes. Wow. So somebody who is desiring to do quality in future or even now, what could you advise are the best attributes of such a person in healthcare?
I would say your mindset really needs to change, or you need to have the right mindset for you to be able to drive quality initiatives in hospitals. Then if I was to advise a BSL or even any nurse who is currently in college, I would advise them to embrace the journey. Enjoy being in the ward setup. Pick up lessons from them, from the ward setup. Then have your goals. What do you want? Change your mindset. Quality is more of mindset setting.
For sure.
Yeah. Then be somebody who is always willing to learn and unlearn new things in healthcare.
Especially unlearning.
There's a lot to be unlearned here.
For that is very, very clear. So right now, if somebody picks Fenny, for example, and tells Fenny, now today you are heading a county in healthcare or you are heading the country in healthcare, what will be your main focus?
Okay. My main focus will be mindset shift, trainings to make people understand or embrace the concept of quality management. Then now I bring in the other aspects of quality. Because, Amy, most people really don't understand, what is quality improvement.
To do trainings and support them and enforce it after getting trained.
Yes.
So usually we like to just break it loose and ask yourself, who is your mentor in these quality things or in globally in healthcare somehow? Who do you aspire to be like?
I admire my mentor, Irene Ogongo. She's the one who made me realize my potential in quality. She's been working with me through the journey, and I admire her resilience to change the healthcare systems. And she's doing it in the smallest way she knows how. Somebody else that I admire, though I've not met her, is Lydia Okutoi. I hope I've pronounced her name well. The CEO.
I've met her, I know.
You met her. I admire what she's doing. She's actually changing mindset through the programs that she supports for training.
So let me just give an accolade. Lydia, I know you will watch this, and I know you are a big supporter of myself too, and Irene. And these are the guests that have been lined up for this health focus for a while. It's only time that has not aligned. You are doing a great job in this quality sector in healthcare. Yeah, those are the flowers we give them while they exist.
Thank you so much for the applause on my behalf. Yeah, and in terms of leadership, I admire the CEO of MP Shah Hospital. She's called who? Tosif Dean or somebody? CEO. Yeah, of MP Shah Hospital. She makes leadership such an easy thing. I've not met her, but I know her both on LinkedIn and Facebook.
You better come to Nairobi and meet all these people in one sitting.
I know. One day at a time.
Doing an amazing job.
Yeah.
She makes leadership such an easy thing The way others make it such a complicated factor, she makes it thrive so easily.
Exactly. I would also like to just you, Amy, you do an amazing job. You know, you're laughing. I'm very serious, Amy. You know, whatever you are doing, I don't know how you discovered me, by the way, but you know, it means you are empowering quality, you know, the young quality specialists, or is it advisors that are coming up? Thank you so much.
Yes. We have to, when 20 years from now, or even 10, we might be the geriatric patients. Who is going to take care of us if you don't enforce the system right now to be better? That is my drive right now. Yeah, who is going to see the pediatrics patients who will be coming up in the next 20 years if we don't mentor people who are in school doing medicine right now, because we are going to be the consultants of pediatrics.
Sure.
I always like to know, if today Fenny was not a nurse, was not doing health quality, what will you be doing?
You'll be shocked, Amy. I love family.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. By the way, there's a lot to be learned in family. You see, like a seed, you have to plant it. When you plant it, you have your water. You know, you have to weed. Yeah. So the life lessons that I get from it is something that I admire. Wow.
That has taken me back. Wow. That's a great one. It has been a journey documenting your story, and I want to believe that this does not end here. We are going to even feature the organizations, if they allow us, the organizations that are supported, and get to know the story from the before and after. That will be like a learning exposure to the generation that is trying to get knowledge on what this quality is all about.
Wow. I'll be glad to bring them on board to your show.
For sure. Thank you. For everybody who has been mentioned in this platform today, get your flowers. For everybody who has not been mentioned, if I start mentioning my mentors, I won't finish the whole day in healthcare. Those who are doing amazing work in this quality improvement in healthcare, get online and get to learn and get to know them, and you will align and you will be the best that you can be in this sector. Thank you, Fenny, for coming to Health Focus. Thank you, viewers, for allowing yourself to come to the end of this journey. Until next week, continue demanding health services and continue offering quality services in every aspect that you are finding yourself in. Have a blessed week ahead.
Thank you.